Hey, so welcome to Starting 101. This is number four. And today we're talking about sitting on a great idea and being too afraid to share it. So essentially, one of the things I end up battling with is just fear. Like, if you look at, posting a video is something that should take me about 10 minutes to do. But a lot of times it ends up taking a lot more time just because I'm sitting there struggling with is this the right video? Is this the right topic? Is this and is this that? And really, it's just documentation. So if I'm documenting, there is no right topic, there is no right headline, there is no right anything about it other than to say, like, you know what, this is where it's at, and this is what I'm grappling with, and this is maybe hopefully how I'm overcoming it. So today, as I was sitting there and thinking about the fear of kind of like dread that I face every time I'm about to push press on a video, then it got me thinking about it. Like, it's like, what am I afraid of? And that's the question. A lot of people, like, people ask you, like, what are you afraid of? And I think that the what is actually the wrong question. If you ask yourself what you're afraid of, then it's like judgment. And this judgment is this whole big thing. Or if you're, what are you afraid of? And you're like, it not being perfect. Well, it's still not a clear thing, because at the end of it, it seems that the one thing that I've realized, and the fastest way that I get over anything that I'm afraid of and hesitating on doing, is to skip over the what and go to the who, especially when it comes to ideas, because ideas are meant to be shared with people, and they're meant to be shared with, like, for other people's benefit. It's not just for yourself. So if you're thinking about it and you say, okay, cool, I'm afraid of, doing it wrong. The very next question is, doing it wrong for who? Because I found that, over the last couple of days, I've had a few things that happen where, um, I had to write something recently, like a song, and no, not like a song, an actual song. And the process sucked so bad. And I just felt so rusty. I hadn't done it in a long time. And I'm just like, but I had this whole dread about it. And I'm like, what am I dreading? Right? Is that somebody's going to hear it and they're going to think it's not good? Well, the thing is, I'm not really, most of the things that I've written never got out to that many people. But the few people that I did get out to enjoy my stuff. And so that's the other side of it. It's kind of like, who? Is it the one critic that I've never met that I'm afraid of? And is it the criticism? So I'm afraid of criticism? Well, if it's from that one critic that I've never met, I really don't care. If it's same deal with, when I was writing my book, because I had this whole idea of, like, somebody needs, like, the specific person actually needed to see this. And the same thing, the same fear cropped up, like, what are people going to think? Well, people really don't care, right? So what one person was I afraid of? And it's like, it actually ended up with that one that it was actually, it's funny thinking back now, but it was actually somebody at my job. Like, not my boss, but like my boss's boss at my job. Like, what if they find out that I'm writing a book? And I sat there and I grappled with it. I'm like, what do they care if I write a book or not? I'm not writing it on company time. I'm not writing it on anything. Like, they don't care. I'm not writing it for them. So, and that came to this one shift that I realized that I needed to make, which was, anytime I find myself being, like, irrationally afraid of something, I just, to short circuit that fear, I stop and I ask myself, not what I'm afraid of, but who's the person? What face comes up when I really sit and focus on, like, who's on the other side of that fear? And then when I focus on that person, I then stop and ask myself, do I really care that much about what that person thinks? Right? Does their opinion or their perspective matter enough to stop me from sharing something that could help somebody else? And whenever I do that, I find that in most cases, especially when it comes to trying to do something good and share a good idea with somebody, something that can help people. In most cases, the fact is that that person doesn't matter, and the person that could benefit from your idea, the person that could be uplifted by your art, the person that could use the value from your business or whatever it is, like that person is the person that you need to shift and focus on. Because if you look at the other person that's not gonna want it, or that's not gonna like it, or that's not gonna care, it's not for them. But if you think about that one person that it could make a difference for, then the fear kind of fades away, because you know what? Why would you stop something for somebody that doesn't need it when you could do it for somebody that does? So essentially, that's it today on the push. I'm JP from jpadamsonline.com. You can follow me on Facebook or on YouTube. Like, subscribe if you want to see more of these. And that's Starting 101. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.